Elements of landscape design is one of the important aspects for understanding what are the design elements available in any park or a site plan. What do you understand by the word elements? Elements are mainly for the physical components which are there. These elements can be divided into hardscapes and softscape. So in this session we will learn about what are the different elements in any landscape design. Before going ahead, welcome to Architectural Education YouTube channel, and if you have any interest in architecture you can subscribe to this channel and follow up. All the latest posts will be released in this channel. Let us first understand the concept of hard and soft landscape elements. Here you can see on fall into broad categorization of hard and soft scape element. So the things which are hard and the things which are soft. What could be hard? Like stone, rock or driveways. What could be soft? Plant, lawn, trees, shrubs, etc. So here soft landscape and hard landscape are essentially elements of the landscape design. There is the requirement of good mixture of soft as well as hard landscape for a proper well built landscape design. You cannot have any landscape design totally neglecting or avoiding soft landscape. Yes, there are these which are named as xeriscape or dry landscape, and there is one thing where hard landscape is not there but soft landscape is there. Yes, there are certain areas like that also, but you cannot make a proper one based on that. So hard landscape, let us see into the detail. Hard landscape refers to the heavy elements, for example stone, rock or driveways. If you see the actual final product of it, what do you find? Seating benches, water body construction, and sculptures, feature walls, pergolas, deck areas. These are all there as a part of hard landscape, and the construction material used in to make outdoor structures. Soft landscape are living part of it. What is the living part of it? Plants, lawn, trees and shrubs. These are the living parts of landscape element. So if you see over here, there is a complication that the pond which is constructed is a softscape, but the way it is constructed is again called as a hard landscaping. Let us go into what are the different elements available in hard landscape for any park or any gated community or a resort. So you have first one is the pavement. Pavement means construction of an outdoor floor or a superficial surface covering. Let us understand the basic idea that how the building is not giving, the foundation of a building is not taking the load. The foundation of any architectural building is actually diverting the load on the soil or the earth below it. Similarly, the pavement is also not taking the load, or the raw material below it is not taking the load. It is equally distributing the load at the lower level. So it depends upon what is the base which is made up of it. For example, if it is made up of aggregate and then it is made up of concrete, it will give a strong and a large lifespan. That is the reason why vehicular movement where the heavy loads are there, they are tend to be in a different material, whereas the pedestrian, that is walkway or pathway, they are given with a different aggregates. Examples: asphalt, concrete or flagstone, cobble, artificial stone, bricks. These are all different types of paving material which are there, used for sideways, road surfaces, patio, courtyards, etc. Types on the basis of subgrade. As I said you that this is the subgrade over here. Traffic wear and transfer load. Pavements are classified into either flexible or rigid. The pavement materials receive traffic wear and transfers load to the base. So here what happens, the traffic will actually put a dead and a live load over here, and that load, transfer of load, will distribute inside the earth surface. Pavements are classified as either flexible or rigid. Additionally, they are porous or non-porous. What do you understand by the word porous? Which allows the water to percolate inside the water. Flexible and rigid. Let us see. Flexible pavement: thin wearing surfaces and relatively thick aggregate base and subbases. You can see an example over here. So here what is happening? There is a thin layer over here, and this is the rigid, and here you can see that it's thicker than this one. So the thick aggregate base will distribute design load over greater subgrade and will limit subgrade deformation potential. The pavements are approximately appropriate in cold climates and is in clay subsoil areas due to the capacity to move uniformly during swell and shrinkage cycles. So normally what happens, these are given with an air gap or some interlocking flexibility, so that if there is any kind of replacement in case of wear and tear, it can be easily replaced, or if there is any problem where it has to be reconstructed, that can be done easily. Rigid, in rigid pavement, that is reinforced concrete, generally done for roads and highways, so transfer to the subgrade over a broad area. These pavements are suitable for areas contain uniform subsoil. Last one is porous pavement. In porous pavement, you have structure to allow precipitation runoff to drain freely through the pavement, that is interlocking tiles, where you can allow them that the water can actually percolate inside the earth surface. Cast inside paving. Concrete. Pour concrete and pattern imprints it, which makes the design pattern versatile. Concrete can stand abrasive material and different climatic condition. As you know that concrete is strength, has a good strength, so it can be maintained even in harsh climates. Asphalt. Flexible, built in multi layers and provides smooth surface to pavement. That is the reason why we have a lot of roads made up of asphalt. The concrete is also there, but the texture over there is different. Next one is synthetic material system, can be designed for specific purposes, for example court games or any kind of sports activities, or running, jogging track. EPDM is one of the best example for such synthetic surface systems. Next one is unique pavers, unit pavers. Unit pavers in the sense you can understand with these things only, that brick, tiles, limestone and so on. Brick, which gives you non-skid surfaces, tiles which give you polished surfaces, granite which gives you for like a flamed granite and so on. Durable, flexible and easy to clean. Limestone, rich color and texture. Soft paving, aggregates, economical. Aggregates means what? They directly pour the thick conker and then they leave it over there, making it flat. Organic material, natural surrounding. Turf, good drainage characteristics. Turf in the sense a kind of, you can see over here. So you can see the concrete paving over here, you can see the unit paving over here, and you can see the soft paving over here. Next one is fences. These are the structures that enclose the area. These are basically to enhance the appearance, not for the major safety over here. Nowadays these fences are made up of fabrication or MS steel. Earlier it was made up of wood material. So this can be done with wood and metal. Next one is retaining wall. Retaining wall is to maintain a balance between two different sides of an area. One where the higher point is there, and second one. The best example is the lower tankment wall, where you can find the weep holes, and the elevation difference between the higher level and the lower level near tank bend is around 16 meters. So 16 meters is almost like 4 to 5 floors, 16 to 20 meters. So it is around 4 to 5 floors retaining wall. It gives a very good look from here, and at the same time it actually prevents here from any kind of landsliding. Next one is pedestrian bridges. In urban scenario, you can find pedestrian bridges where you are crossing the road or crossing a water body or a nala. So what happens over here is that from one area people will travel to the another location where there is an obstacle such as water, topography, or any major kind of roadway or a highway. So that is it. This is one of the famous Franco Gehry's bridge which is there near Millennium Park. Another part of hard landscape. So these, whatever I am saying you, pavement, bridges, fences, these are all a part of hard landscape. Now next one is seating. As you all know, in park or any kind of landscape, you should be having a seating for a relaxing. They might be of any shape. They might be formal, informal. They can be given in the form of a stone shape or given in the form of a chair. So all these things are there. Should be capable of snoozing in, reading the paper, book, sieving, and at the same time you have to make sure that it should not be used for sleeping. Seats can be made or metal, timber, bamboo, so and so. So these are all the different materials through which you can make the seating. Next one is pergola. It is one of the important vertical element. You can see the pergola over here. What do we see? We see that there is a horizontal support and then there is a vertical support. So these horizontal are giving the load on vertical, and then so based on that they have provided creepers over here, so it makes a nice travel movement over here. Framework covered with climbing or trailing plants. So these can be provided near walkways, passageways or sitting areas. So those are there. Now compared to this one, gazebo is also a part. So gazebo means a covered structure where you can cover yourself with weathering conditions, and it can be given in circular, or there is a parallel synonym for gazebo, that is rotunda, which might be a circular seating area. So here you can have a rectangular, square or octagonal shape, any shape, in which what will happen is we will just have a place to sit and admire the view. So you have to make sure you are placing this at a right angle from where you are having a nice view. So this can be made up of wood, bamboo, vinyl and so on. Next one is water feature. Water feature is one of the important aspect. In water feature, what happens? There are multiple levels of water happening over here, like fountain, pool, ponds, cascade, waterfall, stream. So there are many. Even the falling water is one of the best example from where it is happening over there. A water feature may be indoor or an outdoor, and can provide any size from desktop water fountain to the large area. So even this is a water feature, so but it is provided at a very large scale, whereas this you can see that it is provided at a minute scale. So this can be made up of different materials like granite, stainless steel, iron, glass, etc. So still water, let us try to understand still water. Still water is here. So in still water, what can we see? That the water is still in the form of a lotus pond or a fish pond or any kind of pond over here which is available, turtle pond, etc. Next one is spouting fountain. Externally applied force, work with gravity or nozzle. Spouting, this is one of them. In today's context, what happens is there is a concept of interactive fountain. Interactive fountain means when somebody steps over here, the fountain stops working, and then when he moves away from it, the fountain starts working. So it is a very great play for kids to play. So that has been incorporated in Central Park and Manhattan Park, where family time can be spent over there. Free falling water, this is nothing but vertically without contacting any surfaces. So you can see over here, vertically it is falling without contacting any surfaces. So obviously for horizontal movement it will travel, but for the vertical it will not have any cascading effect over here. Next, this is the third one. Next one is flowing water. Flowing water, contact with the container. So this is the one which I was talking about. In this one here, can you see here, this is contacting the container not only horizontally but even vertically over here in an inclined way. Cascading water. So this is fourth one, flowing water, and this is fifth one, cascading water. Cascading water is again a combination of free falling and flowing water. So what is cascading? It is just moving from one level to another level. So these were all about hard landscaping. Now next one is the soft landscaping. As we know that soft landscaping are the living part of it. Let us start understanding the trees. Why do we provide soft landscape at any place? Let us see over here. Improvement of air quality. It improves the quality of air, increases the oxygen level, protection of soil, modification of microclimate, providing shade, habitat for fauna like birds and small insects create their home, providing enclosures, providing direction and framing view, screening, providing visual relief, reduction of noise level, action in windbreak and shelter beds, providing fruits and other therapeutic value or Ayurvedic value plants. So these are some of the trees benefits which we have been taught from our schooling days. But the only thing is, now we have to find a justification when you design a site. Why are you designing that tree over there, are you protecting the soil? Maybe, maybe not. Are you giving any shade? Maybe yes. Are you giving any enclosure for privacy? Are you giving any screening for security or safety? Are you giving any visual relief through diversity in the trees? Those are all the aspects you have to consider. So whenever you are designing, try to keep a list over here beside you, so that it will be helpful for you in designing the planting plan. Next one is shrub. Shrub are nothing but similar to those of the trees. In trees, what happens? We have a proper vascular system. That is what in general terms called as having a trunk. So if you see the shrub properly, it doesn't has a trunk. It has a multiple branches sprouting out directly from the roots. So in trunk there will be a system called as vascular system, through which the reverse osmosis will work. Whereas in shrubs it doesn't happens like that, it directly goes individually. So these shrubs are and one more thing, do not go by the height of it. It is not necessary that the shrub will not go to a higher elevation. There are places where the shrubs have gone till 6 meters, and there are trees where the trees have grown only till 2 feet or 3 feet. So these shrubs can be used for shelter beds, enclosure, noise barrier, and so on. Why? Because many times what happens, if the tree is over here, the lower portion is always open for the noise. So what they do, they provide a shrub over here. So in this case, it is making sure that there are no voids. So these shrubs can be understood with two ideas. One is hedges and shrubbery. If you can see over here, there is a properly shaped cutout over here. That is called as a hedge with regular maintenance. What is shrubbery? If you see over here, these are all shrubbery which are there. So that means they are not maintained over there and are allowed to grow naturally. So those are nothing but shrubbery. So shrub provide barriers, and it also provides visual and physical hedges over here, defining the spaces. These are some of the benefits of shrubs. Next one is ground covers. These ground covers are nothing but plants which are naturally grown to a very low height. So it helps in soil stabilization. Whenever there is a landslide or something like that, these or surface runoff is maximum over there, stabilizing soil is one of the best thing. As a low maintenance substitute, they grow on its own and they die on its own. So it takes very less amount of maintenance for providing variety of surface treatment. So you can actually play with this also. And the best part is, a lawn takes a lot of space, whereas low height plantation takes less amount of water. A lawn takes a lot of water when compared to low height plantation. In such scenario, what happens is the amount of load which falls for the treatment of water and availability of water will be reduced. Contrast with paving materials. Subtle means dramatic demarcating spaces in combination with other plants to avoid contrast or harmony in form. And the last one is climbers. Climbers are used as ground cover, and nowadays they have been used as wall facade. In the term, there is a term called as bio wall, which encourages that we can actually go for plantation in a vertical height. So similar to that, but bio wall may require plantation in the form of shrubs also. But here climbers are the thin plants which are growing in a linear fashion. So asparagus is one of the famous climber which is there. Also, climbers can increase the ground cover without taking a lot of space. Climbers are useful for shading exposed wall. They are also used for stabilizing soil. On site where the high degree of security makes fences, climbers and spreaders plant like bougainvillea species. So today we have covered the elements of landscape design, in which we have seen hard landscape and soft landscape. Hard landscape, we have seen paving, water bodies, sculptures, pergolas, seating areas, gazebos, and so on. Whereas in soft landscape, we have seen trees, shrubs, ground covers, climbers, etc. If you like this video and would like to see my future videos, please do like and subscribe. Thank you.